All right, beautiful people. Today we are going to talk about how to hit your goals without burnout, overwhelm, or stressing yourself out. Roll the intro. Let's go. All right. How is everyone doing today? Today is Wednesday. It is a beautiful day. Um, I wanted to actually get on here and just talk about some of the things that we are going to be doing in the new year. And over here, one of my biggest goals is to really help people achieve a life of purpose, fulfillment, and abundance. Not just purpose and fulfillment, but also abundance, and not just abundance without purpose and fulfillment. So, what do I mean by this? Like we live in a world right now, where we are all very, very extremely busy. We're all trying to hustle. There's a recession coming. We're all trying to do what we can to make sure that we are taken care of, that our families are taken care of. And many times we are really, really pushing super hard in order to do all of these things. And sometimes those things come at the expense of our health. Sometimes they come at the expense of our time. And many of the times they come at the expense of our relationships. So how can we live in a world where we can be present with the people around us, with our loved ones, but also have the ability to create more financial abundance in our lives? So when I talk about abundance, I talk about it in a few different ways. And the first way is financial abundance. Everyone knows about financial abundance, right? Of course, everyone knows about financial abundance. But when I talk about abundance, I like to think about it a little bit more multi-layered. I think that there is an abundance of community. There's abundance of resiliency. There's an abundance of creativity. And all of these ways of abundance, definitely will add to your ability to feel abundant. Now, I know that most people are thinking about financial abundance, so we will get into that. But on the flip side, I know that there are a lot of people that are really into the art of manifestation or the law of attraction, things of that nature. And they truly believe that if they spend their time meditating, if they spend their time visualizing, if they spend their time, just getting into the right vibration, that they will get all the abundance that they want in the world. And I love to think that way. I would love to believe that you could just close your eyes, visualize, get into the right frequency, and boom, what you want is appearing right in front of you instantaneously. But I don't know anyone that's been able to manifest things that quickly in my life. And I've spoken to a lot of very successful people and a lot of different manifestation coaches. And, one of the conclusions that I came to, or that we all came to, was that manifesting things instantly is actually not a good thing. When you manifest things too quickly, it robs you. It robs you of the experience of whatever it is that you are trying to evolve into. So let's just say you want to become a great basketball player, right? And if you could just manifest being as good as LeBron James or Michael Jordan, and you didn't have to train and you didn't have to practice your dribbling, your shooting, your passing, and you were just as good as them instantaneously, what did you actually learn? Did you learn anything by instantaneously manifesting these skills? So if you could really get into your mind that instant manifestations are actually counterproductive, and that working and putting time into things will allow your consciousness to grow, to stretch, to evolve, your life will be significantly different if you're doing it that way. All right. You learn all the lessons that you need to learn. And this is why, to me, whether it's manifesting or entrepreneurship, both of them are spiritual journeys because it requires you, if you really want to experience entrepreneurship or what am I thinking about here? Or being able to manifest whatever you want at the highest levels, you really have to let go. You have to let go of a lot of your attachments, a lot of your expectations. These are the things that really, in my opinion, cause suffering. And when you start judging yourself, there's a lot of mental suffering. And judgment comes from not hitting your expectations. So how is it that you can navigate life and hit your goals if you don't have any expectations of yourself? I know it's a very tricky thing, and I often talk about, like, the better you are at holding paradoxes in your mind, the easier it will be to understand the teachings that I am trying to communicate here, because a lot of them can seem paradoxical, like not having the ability to have expectations, right? If you don't have expectations, how are you going to hit your goal, right? So I like to talk about having commitment and the right intention. If I have commitment to my goals, but not attachment to my goals, I could keep showing up every day, working very hard to try to hit my goals. But the second I become attached to my goals, when it's not playing out the way I want it to play out, that's going to cause some negative feelings to go through my body, because I'm expecting, if I'm expecting to make $120,000 this year, then every month I need to make $10,000. And if I go 1 month without making $10,000, my expectations of being able to hit my goal will significantly go down. And this is why expectations can really work against you. So if you stay committed to your goal without expectations of hitting your goal, you could put in the right type of energy, the right type of focus into your goal, so that you could ensure that you have the ability to hit your goal without having these attachments that could pull you out of fundamental well-being, to pull you down out of the high state of being that is required in order to be able to hit those goals. All right. So I hope this is really resonating with you guys, because, at least in my world, being able to hit your goals, this is something that is quite common for the circles of people that I hang around with. And I also hang around with very, very spiritual people. And in the spiritual world, setting goals and doing everything you can to hit the goals, sometimes it's frowned upon. They want you to be in the right energy. They want you to be in the right vibration. And I get it, but just being in the right vibration and the right energy doesn't always produce the results that you want. And that's what I talk about being physical beings. Because we are physical beings that experience time linearly, there's an evolution of the things that we do. So, for example, if you want to start a new business next year and start making 6 figures, and you've never run a business before, what makes you think that you would be able to do it within a year, when there are so many people that are running businesses that are not able to do that? Less than 10% of companies survive more than 5 years. So it's very, very difficult. If you want to become an entrepreneur, it's very difficult to buck the odds. All right. It's very difficult to buck the odds. Now, the flip side is, if you are totally committed to your entrepreneurial journey, not expecting to be the wealthiest person by running the business, not expecting your business to do anything other than to help you expand your consciousness, then you have a higher likelihood of being in that 10% that actually succeeds. All right. So commitment without expectation is one of them. All right. Another way to think about it is exercising discernment instead of judgment. When you are discerning what is good, what is bad for your business, for your personal life, for your professional life, that's a great way to figure out, the things that are positive versus the things that are negative. Now, if you're if you're judging yourself instead of discerning, you're judging your mistakes, judging your decisions, this is where you go into mental suffering. As I previously talked about, all judgment leads to mental suffering, or all suffering starts with judgment. All right. So I really want you to start using these 2 principles. Commitment instead of expectation, and discernment instead of judgment, and see how this improves your life, not just your professional life, but your personal life. All right. Hope this was very helpful. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to get back to work. Love you guys.